The last time y'all was the night before you were heading out. Din had mentioned that he wanted to make sure that everybody was ready to help either take down or take in the other members or the defectors of his Bloodhunter group. Yeah, so it's that night. And I believe Shizeno had just said to Wyatt, you were talking about you're talking about Din, basically.
I believe you were acknowledging the taint.
I was like, we needed to get him to a healer where he was like a couple days.
Does anybody know a healing spell in this party? I know I don't.
Are y'all just talking about this like out loud with Din right there?
I mean,
I walked away from him when I started talking to Wyatt. I was saying it just freely to him. You know, whether or not he's quiet, I don't know. But I was.
Yeah, I mean, if Shizeno was talking freely, then I would have too. I mean, Din's with us, right?
Eating or trying to eat.
He was
to a fire.
He was sitting in front of the fire. I think he was just sitting there.
I guess we have an executive decision to make. Either we go face these deflectors near Flint Rock, or we rush Din to get some help.
Well, you know that, so it was like Flint Rock is like a day away, and everything else is kind of like a lot further away than that, because you guys spent, what was it, like 3 or 4 days getting over here, or a week?
Right, so I'd say, what are our chances if we leave now and try and heal Din? Shizeno seem to know a lot about this. What are the chances that we are able to reverse this taint if we're able to get him somewhere in 2 to 3 days?
Until he dies, it's reversible.
Okay.
But he's also very far along, so he could die very soon.
Well, then I guess this is Din's choice to make. Din, how are you feeling? Do you feel like you could make it another 2 to 3 days?
I'm fine. I think I just got a dry throat.
I think that might be not correct.
What do you mean?
I mean, it seems like Shizeno is aware of this taint. I am also aware vaguely of this taint. I know it's fatal. It's not very good, and you are showing clear symptoms of it.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm pretty strong. I think, I don't know what you're talking about, but sure, it's nothing.
Did he rub his hand on himself like that?
Yeah.
Did anything happen? His fur and or skin?
You might have seen some like dandruff flakes and some fur come out.
That's not as bad as I expected. Okay.
He's like, I mean, my knees are like a little stiff, but
Shizeno,
good night's sleep, it should be fine.
Would taint affect someone's ability to process how far along they are in this disease?
Is it like hypothermia, where you're suddenly just like, I'm so warm, I need to take off clothes?
Are there like delusions associated with it or something?
I mean, if you get really far along, you might go insane and maybe try to kill your friends. Actually, not thinking about it. They don't die, do they? That's just what happens, isn't it?
There's 3 things that can happen. One is they can die, which usually only happens after the other 2 things. One is they go insane and try to wander around aimlessly attacking things aggressively. Or they become paralyzed. They also go insane, but they are less likely to die because they kind of like they utilize the stronger taint in them. Yeah, I wouldn't make you check for this. This is kind of like an easy comparison. That blood magic is kind of like that, where you're taking this strong, dangerous force and then using that as a power source.
So I guess I should probably point out he should stop using his blood magic for a bit.
Dan, do you know how you contracted this?
What do you mean?
Can I do like a medicine check or something on him to check to see how he's actually doing, or an insight check to see if he's lying about his symptoms or something?
Sure.
Is it alright? Check your vitals in order to see kind of how you're doing?
Oh, you don't trust me?
No, I want to make sure you're safe and you're healthy enough to make it through this. I obviously it would not reflect well on me to lose one of my troops, but I also care a lot about you and I don't want you to die. So I just want to double check, make sure
I don't want me to.
You are doing as well as you say.
I don't want me to die either, but I feel fine. It's just like I said. I think it's just like a sore throat.
Can I check?
Check my throat?
I'm gonna check your vitals and your breathing and anything else I might observe medically to see kind of how far things have progressed.
I mean,
and if it is indeed a sore throat, then that's what it is, and that's fine.
How are you gonna check my throat, though?
You can open your mouth, and I can also listen
Listen.
to your breathing.
You can't hear me breathing right now?
I'm just gonna get a little closer to you to observe, alright?
He says, I'm gonna let you check you can look down my throat, but I don't really want you touching me.
Why?
I don't like it.
Well, I need to check your vitals, my dude. I just want
I don't
to
think
make
you
sure you're
need to. I think you're overreacting. It seems like some sort of hoax.
And if I am, then I am, and that's the best case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, you are a lot worse than you think you are, and I just want to make sure that you're not.
You're just trying to get one over on me, like you guys made me pick up poop.
I don't think this is quite like this.
Maybe that's where I got it. If you're so
Maybe
concerned about it.
Okay.
Do that medicine check at disadvantage.
Fuck, because he's not consenting.
Yeah.
15.
It looks like his throat is closed up a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna say, this looks like maybe some minor asthma or something. Doesn't look too bad to me yet, at least. Shizeno, you might know a little bit more about this and in general about medicine. Do you wanna observe? I don't know if they'll let you, but
What's that?
Yeah, I can try to do the same check. Can I use Kadama since it's lit up? Can I use that to light up his throat?
Sure.
Try to get a better view in there. 7 with my +4, so I see nothing.
It just looks like a throat to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look that out of the ordinary to me, but based on what you were saying before, I still think it's tainted.
Something to keep an eye on.
yeah, Din, I think you're telling the truth, which is good.
Told you.
Not that I doubted you, but
I mean,
I just
you
wanna
did doubt
make
me.
I just want to make sure you were okay. All right. Anyway, I think you might be okay for a couple days. We'll try to get you some help on the way back. I think. If that's okay with you.
Sure.
All right. I'm probably gonna head to bed. We have a big mission tomorrow. We have some tough dudes to take care of. So I'm gonna get some rest, and I suggest everybody else gets a full night's sleep too. And I'm gonna head into my tent or whatever I'm sleeping in.
Finally let my curiosity get the best of me with the strange man who traded shoes for a pretty powerful spell scroll. And now that I have my fancy crystal ball of scrying, can I cast scrying on my shoes so I can see what he's doing with them?
Sure. What are the effects of that?
He has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Does a 15 save?
It does not. If you can see invisible objects, then you can see a luminous orb about the size of a fist near him.
What is scrying?
You can see or hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you.
And you chose Din?
No, I chose the weird wizard who wanted my shoes really bad.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
And then his shop disappeared into the ground.
Yep.
So now that I've fiddled around with my crystal ball, I'm like, let me actually use it. So I just want to see what this guy's up to.
Liddy.
Pretty strange.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he does see that. You see him, it looks like he had his feet up on a desk and he was in a chair. It's like stone walls that are kind of damp and moist and it's very dimly lit. And then he sees this sensor and he falls backwards out of his chair and it looks like he was eating something and that flies in the air and then lands on his head.
I'm going to immediately stop casting
Okay.
since I was seen and then chuckle to myself. And now I can't use that spell again for 24 hours.
Everybody gets the benefit of a long rest. And when you wake up, it's kind of gloomy outside, particularly cold. Everybody make me a either survival or nature check.
11.
19, 5.
You say 9?
Yep.
Wyatt, this is around the temperature when there'd be snowfall. Abby, you can tell that it'll probably snow in this area maybe within a day or two.
I'll let the party know that.
And I would agree.
Do we know how far out we are from our destination currently?
Which destination?
All the stuff with the, whatever they are, defectors. Because that is still where we're going, yes? Everybody?
Yes, exactly.
They're about a day away. So they were about 2 days before you had gone to sleep. Well, it was a day and a half at night, and then you slept, and so now it's about a day. So you probably reach there maybe as it's approaching night.
Okay.
So you're heading out?
Yes, we would head out. Nightfall would be at our advantage, so we'll see.
So Din climbs into the back of the thing and says, if we're just going to be in the carriage, I'm just going to take a nap while we're going.
I'm going to say, how are you feeling?
I'm tired. That's pretty much it.
All right. Let us know if anything changes.
All right. And he goes to sleep.
I guess I'd be driving, so I'd hop at the front of the carriage and go, yip.
Yeah, so day goes by and 4 or 5 hours as it starts to approach night. It's maybe 5 or 6, and it's starting to get dark. And you see like a cobblestone path kind of lead off of the main road, and it looks like it's overgrown. But you can kind of tell there's not like trees growing in the path, so you can kind of tell that there's this road that kind of goes off to the north a little bit. And this is about where you would expect Flint Rock to be.
Do we know where we're supposed to be going after this, or would Dim be the only person that knows?
Yeah, you know that.
Because God forbid I wake Din up again, huh?
True. Silvery Moon, which is the location after this that you're headed, it's on the road that you're on now, right before this cobblestone road that shoots off to the north. You believe you're in the area where Flint Rock is, and there's like a cobblestone path that leads off to the north, which you could probably guess would be the abandoned town of Flint Rock.
Yeah, so we stop at Flint Rock.
So you're traveling up the road?
Yep.
So you come up to this town. The cobblestone path comes kind of straight up, and then it looks like there's like basically like a cul-de-sac where it has this central sort of like round thing, and then all these buildings are placed around them. Except it looks like a couple of these larger buildings in the back are they burned down. A couple towards the front where you rode in, a lot of those trees have like fallen on top of them. So there's like a lot of just like wood and rubble. But there's like 3 buildings in the back. It looks like 2 of them are attached, and then there's one that's like behind that building. So that's sort of the main building that's sort of standing there. To the left of it, it looks like there's a longer building that's kind of attached to this building, and then there's a small building behind this one.
I would probably wake Din at this point. Honestly, I'd probably just grab his shoulder and shake him a little bit and say, Din, wake up, we're at Flint Rock.
He doesn't move. He feels stiff.
I'm gonna call for Shizeno. I'm gonna say, Shizeno!
He doesn't feel cold.
Okay, well, I mean, I'd be still very worried, so I would still call Shizeno and I'd say, hey, Shizeno, your boy over here is not waking up and he feels very stiff, but he isn't cold, so I can't imagine he's dead.
Yeah.
Do a medicine check on him, I guess. He's not gonna move or resist me. Well, that's in that one.
When you're leaning over him, about to like do your to check him and stuff, he jolts up and hits you in the nose, like pushing your. I'm guessing you're wearing your mask plate thing.
It's a chickadee helmet, so it's probably got a beak.
Mm-hmm. You both take 2 points of damage. You take 2 points of bludgeoning. He takes 2 points of piercing. He's like, what the heck?
What the heck?
Yeah, I'll just back up and say he's fine.
Okay, and I would have no reason to question that, so I will accept that answer.
When he like touches the back of his head, he pulls out like a tuft of his hair and like falls.
Hey Dan, we're at Flint Rock. You have any idea where we should be going?
I have no idea.
There isn't anywhere that the defectors kind of set up camp or tend to congregate at?
Oh, I don't know them. I just know Gizmo said they'd set up in this area. I mean...
Alright, well, I mean, might as well start with this big building over here, right?
Sure.
Yeah, alright, does anybody have any other ideas, or do you think that's what we should do?
In front of the door, about maybe like 10 feet away from the stairs, there's a carriage that's kind of pulled over. It's got like moss kind of covering it. On the right side of this building, there is another carriage that it kind of has the same look to it. It's got like moss covering it. The front there, it looks like there's some overgrown planters. These like big, large windows on the second floor, slightly smaller on the first floor. On the first floor, they're barred up with some metal. And above the front stairs, there are what looks like 2 awnings. You can imagine that maybe the top one was used for something other than an awning. It looks like there's a wraparound kind of awning on the right side. Kind of goes back, goes across the front and then around the corner and to the back. At first glance, you would think because they're in like such disrepair that they'd be abandoned, but looking at the top, you can kind of tell that somebody took moss and sprinkled it all over this. So it definitely looks like somebody placed that there on purpose. But it does look like the carriage is very old.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna head onward, team.
Are you going up the stage?
Yep. And I'm gonna, I guess, knock on the door. I mean...
So in front of you is this big metal door. There's no like windows on it. It's just like metal. You could guess that this was probably either like a bank or like a really high-end brothel at some point. Because these are the type of doors that those two places would have.
So what's the plan here? Do we want to like talk them out of using their blood hunter powers, or do we want to like?
I mean, I'd like to take them in. I mean, I was thinking about what you were saying about my past and how like I was thinking like, oh, you know, I might be like a bad guy or whatever. Even if I was, maybe I could change that around or something.
I think that's good. I think that's a good idea. All right, so we'll go in with the idea that we are going to capture them alive. Everyone got that?
Got it.
And to your right, it looks like there are some stairs that go down behind the planters.
I look at the stairs longingly.
Why?
Because I want to go down them.
I'll say, I mean, now that I noticed those stairs, it might make sense to kind of scope out the area before we actually head in. Y'all want to try and sneak around, take a look, survey the area?
Yeah.
Sure. Just follow my
I'll say, all right, I'll lead. Y'all follow my lead. Be quiet. Don't cause a scene. We are just observing at this point to see what evidence we have, what the easiest way to take these people down is. But like I said, we're not looking to hurt or kill, so be careful.
Din says, I mean, if they resist, I mean, I can't have them, you know, going around continuing what they're doing. So if we have to.
But ideally, we want to take them in alive. Do you know who's supposed to like be passing judgment on these people? Like, is there a blood hunter court or something?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right.
Or me, if it comes down to that.
All right, all right. Where did this order come down from? Is this just something that you've decided to take on yourself, morally?
It's part of our oath, really. It's like, you know, you're supposed to hunt monsters and not, you know, become a monster. So if somebody ends up going too far, you're supposed to hunt them down and either take them in to receive justice or deal out the justice yourself to them if that's not possible.
I can relate. I support you. All right, let's get going then. And I start to head towards the stairs that go down to kind of start scoping it out. Can I do like a stealthy boy?
1 second. Shizeno, are you still having Kadama fly around?
I'll have it fly around. Yeah.
Okay.
Just see if I see anything suspicious.
You see, like, behind the building, where the other smaller building is, it looks like a tree has actually crashed through that building and is, maybe part of it is on the roof of this main building here. You also see the long building attached to this main building. The back side of it is looks like it's burnt.
There's nothing we can get in through those two ways. The tree broken and the burnt part.
The tree is like up like 3 floors, like where it hits this building. In the small building, it looks like it's kind of collapsed on one side, and the long building on the side, it looks like it's kind of open to the elements on the back side.
The way the tree fell, could we climb it?
Possibly.
Well, I'll let the party know about those two things. And I guess I'll have Kadama come back if he doesn't see anything else.
Yeah, that's the main 3 things there. When you're going down the stairs, Wyatt, it's only like 5 to 8 feet long, and then it kind of, there's like a stone wall in front of you, and then to the left is the building. So it kind of cuts off, and then at the bottom of the stairs on the left is a small window, maybe a foot high by maybe like 4 feet.
Okay, I'd probably sneak over to the window and look in. I'm guessing because it's night out, I'll probably be. It'll be easier to see in for them than for them to see me peeking in from the outside.
Yeah, so you see there's a couple of barrels in there filled with a liquid. You see what looks like equipment for like washing clothes, and then you see like 4 or 5 baskets kind of just like full of dingy, dirty clothing.
So it looks like a laundry room, is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that the only thing that I would see at the bottom of those stairs, just this window into a laundry room?
That's what you see.
Does it wrap around the entire house, or is that the end of the hallway?
There is a wall to the right, like where the building turns, you know, around the corner. To the left, it looks like it stops around maybe where the front of the door would be, but you can't see a back wall in front of you.
So no more windows, is what you're saying.
This seems like there's only a window into this room as far as you can see, because you can't see the other another wall. The glass into this is looks like it's broken, so there's no like glass in it.
Ah, okay.
Nothing really to see here. looks like a laundry room, but the glass is broken, so it might be easy to get in this way.
Probably what somebody else did before us.
Probably. I am going to take advantage of this conveniently placed window that has no glass, and I'm going to try and wiggle my way in.
You managed to slide on through there.
Okay. I probably help the rest of my each person come in through the window so that they have a better chance of not making noise. So everyone's in there. No ruckus.
So everybody's in there. On the other side, the wall, if you're looking in the window, that's at the back, you see shelves of just more tools and stuff like that for cleaning. And then to the right of that, there is a set of stairs that goes up and to the left.
Okay, I'd probably take a second and listen to see if I hear any talking or any footsteps or anything. Are you saying that I don't hear any of that?
No, you don't.
I'm going up the stairs and through the door to the left. And then I would open it very slowly and peek through.
You just see a desk that's kind of in a corner.
Okay, I see no people. I don't hear any people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'd open the door all the way. If I don't see anything that would alarm me, I would walk in and have people follow me into the room.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
5.
You should go ahead and take 4 fire damage from me. We'll say Din is behind you, and he takes 2 fire damage. It looks like at the top of the door, there was a string that was going through. It had a whole bunch of little bottles up there. It looks like one of them was full with some sort of alchemist fire that exploded on the floor.
I can assume this is a trap, correct?
Yes. Now the floor is on fire.
I would try and stamp it out, I guess.
You stamp out the fire. Yeah, so in this room, you see, if you're coming out of the stairs, to your right, looks like there's another set of stairs that goes up. In front of those stairs and to the left is you'd guess a reception desk or something. The front of the desk is flush with the wall that goes further to the left. And then there is a left wall, and it looks like there's a couch is kind of put in front of it to block a double door that goes out to the long building that's attached to this one. Opposite of the reception desk, to the left of the stairs that you just came up, is the front door. And it looks like it's barred with a large piece of wood.
Cool. If anybody was here, they're aware of us now, so I guess sneaking around won't help us very much. What do y'all think we should do?
Oh.
I'd say that this walled-off room with these couches is pretty suspicious, right?
As long as it's not another trap.
Can I do an investigation check?
Sure.
10.
You can see on the other side of the door that it looks like there's another couch. So it looks like somebody barricaded it from being open on both sides, or easily open on both sides.
Okay, I'll say I don't see a trap, do y'all?
Abby, you can kind of see through the window in the door, and you see that looks like that area was like a bar. It looks like there's a U-shaped bar in the center of the room, but then the back side, which would be to your right looking in, is all burned up. Looks like a fire broke out here at some point.
Pass it on to everybody.
Will somebody help me move this couch?
Yeah, I'll help you move the couch.
So now there's a double wooden door in front of you, and it has 2 small windows.
I'm gonna look through one of the windows.
You see a couch in front of this door. You see a U-shaped bar at the back, which would be to your right. It looks like that whole wall is kind of burned down. It looks like there's maybe a whole bunch of broken bottles all over the floor.
Are they like the saloon doors where they go in and out?
No.
Okay, so would they push toward the couch that still currently is in front of the door?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna push on one of the doors to try and move the couch out of the way.
Yeah, you do that.
If anything looks suspicious or weird.
Perception.
19.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt, there doesn't seem to be anything suspicious here. You kind of get a hint of pee. Somebody peed in here at some point. You could guess from the surroundings and everything that maybe the fire happened probably a long time ago, which gave whoever access to this area. Maybe they drank a whole bunch of alcohol that was in here, smashed a whole bunch of bottles, and peed in here.
Doesn't look like much is here. Maybe we should move up another floor.
Okay.
Sure.
Probably lead the team up another flight of stairs.
So you come out into this room. It looks like there's a small round oval table in front of you. Really old coasters just chilling on it. There's a thick layer of dust. If you look straight out past the oval table, there is the window that you saw that was above the awning. To the right of that window, there's a couch that's like up against the wall. To your right, there is what looks like an archway that leads down the hallway, and there's also a couch on that wall. To your left looks like there's some books scattered about, like piled up against the wall, and then there's a door.
Nothing suspicious looking in here. Can I do a perception check? Like a 17 plus 9.
On the floor, it looks like there are some semi-fresh boot prints that you can like barely make out.
Days or like hours?
Like someone was just here, and they lead down the hallway.
Okay, I would turn to everyone and I'd go like this, and then I'd point to the boot prints.
Also on the coming up the stairs, there would be like another set of stairs going up further. Like if you were to turn around,
Switchback staircase.
yeah, they'd be on the left. It looks like there's a whole bunch of broken chairs kind of like stacked in front of this, and behind that you see looks like some sort of rubble and shingles and branches. It looks like this part of the roof for the third floor maybe caved in here.
Quietly follow the footprints, see if I can see who they belong to.
So if you're facing where the footprints lead off to your right, there's like a little recess, and there's a couch back there. Down the hallway, it looks like there are maybe 2 rooms on your right, maybe about each of them 10 feet wide, because there are doors placed about 5 feet apart. And to your left, there is along either like a bench or a table against the wall under the window. On the back side of where you're entering, there's like another small thin table. And then there's a couch that is sort of positioned so that the back of it is lining the hallway. Walking down this hallway, you hear Din say, "Oh man,
What's up?"
it's like, oh, I just like
Quietly. I'm going to say that quietly.
it's like I just like popped this like pimple. It was like, ugh, it's like oozing.
Probably best to leave that alone for now.
It's like, so then I noticed like once I popped one of them, I saw like a couple other in this area.
Does anybody have a bandage?
Are you doing okay? Are you feeling good?
Yeah, man, it's just like gross. I got these like pimples on me.
So that's another sign of the taint, just saying.
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah, I'm saying that to Wyatt.
I'm going to say a bad sign of the taint.
Yeah, a bad sign.
Well, let's try and get this over with quickly. I say that also very quietly. Regardless of what's in this room, I guess I would follow the footprints. Do I see where the footprints lead?
They kind of fade out. It looks like whoever was moving through, like whatever moisture they had on the bottom of their feet kind of like dried up as they stepped.
I am going to change into my guy, but not everyone is aware of that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to my team.
Alright, y'all. Don't be alarmed. I'm gonna try and track this person. Just follow me, alright?
And protect me, alright?
Sure.
And then I am going to shapeshift completely. So I change into a fox.
Yep. So you'll see Wyatt change into a fox.
I assume I've probably seen a druid before.
Mhm.
It's probably not like completely outlandish.
Going to try and sniff out or hear whoever these footprints were coming from.
Make me a perception check. At advantage.
17 plus 12.
29.
Yeah, the scent looks like it leads further down the hallway into this like larger area that's down there.
I am going to head that way very quietly.
On your way over there, and everybody's following. You said for people to follow you.
Yeah, I'm guessing. That's what I told people to do and protect me.
Okay. Yeah. So you head that way. To your left is like another room that is kind of like surrounded by archways. So there is one wall is the outside wall that faces the front where you guys were looking, and there's a window there. We'll call that the south side. To the west, east, and north, there's large, like 5-foot archways. So this is kind of like an open area. And in the center of this room, it looks like there's a billiards table.
No person?
Well, that's to the left,
Okay.
going down this hallway. I just wanted to let you know that that's there. Pass through the hallway, and then you come into this open area. This room is about 15 feet by 20 feet. The shorter ends face north and south. The south side has 2 windows, under one of which is another one of those small skinny tables, and it looks like there's some herbs growing here on this small table. To the southwest part of this room, it looks like there's some barrels with some liquid in it. To the west, it looks like there's some more skinny tables, but they're separated by a partition wall. So it's like equal space on the left and right of the wall is like open, as if there's like another like hallway or something back there. The scent kind of goes over to the barrels.
Do I see someone?
You don't.
The barrel, maybe?
You see barrel. You see 3 barrels. No, you'd be able to see if someone was here. There's one barrel that's like very like up against the wall, and then the other 2 are like in front of it. It's like 3 barrels. Like
if I don't see any immediate danger, I'd probably follow the scent over to the barrels.
And the scent goes through the hallway that's like partitioned.
Can I tell what's in the barrels?
It looks like water. Everybody, make me a dexterity saving throw.
16.
19.
17.
Arrow, Abby, and Shizeno. Y'all are gonna take 21 points of piercing damage.
Why?
Okay.
So Wyatt and Din see 3 Tabaxis, all different color patterns, attacking all at once with these short swords. And that looks like they were coming from a rubbled wall on the side of one of the rooms. So everybody roll for initiative.
30, 20.
Nat 20. He doesn't want to do.
Did you say 23, Arrow?
Yeah.
10, which is more than my current hit points.
So Wyatt, you're first.
So I gotta transform back into a human action surge, and using that, I'm going to attack with my one of my hand crossbows. 19.
That hits.
7. So they take 7 points of damage, and then I'm gonna attack with my second hand crossbow. All right.
This one is a 12, does not hit. Kind of zooms by their ear. So the one you're attacking, we'll say, is the one that attacked Chizeno. They have a snow leopard print. The other one, which attacked Arrow, looks like a Bengal tiger. And then the third one is like a darker colored one, like Din. And that's the one that attacked Abby.
Because I got a nat 20, do I get to attack again?
Yes.
So I get my turn all over again.
Yep.
So I'm gonna try and attack again. 11. And 18?
18 hits.
That does 3 piercing damage. Are any of them infected with taint?
They are.
Oh fuck, that means that I can roll 1 additional weapon damage dice.
Okay, so do that twice because you hit from the last turn as well.
First roll was a 4, and the second roll was a 5. Hey y'all, they're also dealing with the same disease that it looks like Din is, just so you know, be careful. And also, we said that we didn't want to kill these people,
But
technically.
we absolutely had to. I mean, they took 2/3 of my health in a surprise attack, so...
Yeah, that seems about right.
Arrow, your turn.
So I'm going to attack whichever one is directly across from me.
Bengal tiger looking one.
First, I'm gonna use my Legacy of Avernus cantrip to activate my Searing Smite spell at 2nd level. And then I'm gonna attack. And I'm gonna throw my sword at the guy.
The snow leopard looking one looks like a fem tabaxi.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
27 damage total. I forgot I got a new thing that affects other things when I use a sneak attack. Immediately after you deal sneak attack damage to a creature, you can target a second creature that you see within 30 feet of the first creature. The second creature takes 2d6 psychic damage.
Okay.
So I guess I would say, well, whatever's left of the one that I was hitting, or right, nothing left.
They're on either side, so that one's like in the middle.
The left one then.
And how much was it?
9 damage.
Shazena.
So the one that attacked Abby, that's within range of me, right?
Yep.
I don't know if I can do this with an Intimidate, but if not, I'm just yelling at it, trying to get its attention so that it attacks me instead while I attack it. Yeah, I'll take out my Nagamaki and slash at it.
Does not hit.
Alright, well, I'll use my extra attack again. So that's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
So that's 5 damage with that. And then I'm going to have Kadama go and poke at its eyes. That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
To roll a 1d1. I'm going to guess it does 1 damage.
Mm-hmm. This one is blinded. So the snow leopard one, she pulls out the arrow that you shot on her. Wyatt says, Walker. She puts away her weapon, takes out a crossbow, and aims it at you. It zooms past your head and like lands in the wall behind you. It makes that kind of like vibrating like sound. And what's your AC, Arrow?
16.
The one in the middle, the like Bengal tiger looking one, he swings his short sword at you and manages to like slash you in the chest for 6 points of piercing damage. So not slash, sorry, stabs.
I'm bloodied.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
16.
You're gonna take 12 points of poison damage.
I'm not doing so good over here, guys.
Feel you.
After he stabs at you and you feel like the stinging in your chest, he says, "You're not bringing us back." And then it is the
Probably gonna kill you now.
I was going to talk until Wyatt said they were tainted. That's why I asked.
like Black Panther looking one goes to attack Din, but misses. Bree sort of tries to stab him with both of them, misses with both of them. Bree says, we're here because of you, Din. It's Abby's turn.
The one that attacked me, and then the one in the middle, I guess darker one, the jaguar, whatever it is, and the Bengal tiger. I'm going to cast Shatter. It's a 10-foot radius sphere, so I can get both of them. They need to make Constitution saving throws.
One on the left is 14.
That ties.
And the one on the right is a 12.
A fail is 14 damage, and the save is 7 damage. Non-magical objects that aren't being worn or carried also take damage. I don't know if there's anything like at their feet or they're hiding behind anything.
The wall behind them falls apart more. The side that the door is on crumbles a little bit, so there's like a little hole in that as well. It is Din's turn. He responds to the other one and he says, I recognize you from my vision. He says, all three of you were forcing me off the edge of a cliff. And then he stabs at them. That one takes 7 points of piercing damage. Can attack twice. Okay, so 17 total damage plus, so 20 points of damage. So this Black Panther one is looking bloodied. Wyatt's turn.
I guess I'd probably try and reason with them. Look, we don't need to kill you here. We can talk this out if you want. We don't mean you any harm. We just want to take you in. We understand you've been misusing some magics, and that's all we want to understand. We do not want to kill you if we don't have to.
The one that you shot with that arrow or bolt rather says we should be able to use our magic the way that we want. So you almost killed me with this bolt.
You've also taken some pretty fatal blows to my companion, so you can all just stand down here and talk this out, or there's more of us than there are of you. We'll have no choice but to take you down. I'm not about to try and reason with you in the middle of a firefight. So either you stand down or we have to keep fighting.
Well, you're not taking us in, so there's only one choice.
You can use your powers however you want as long as you're not hurting other people, but you have been hurting other people, and that's what you have to answer for. I am not the final judge of this, so I don't necessarily want to kill you. You still have the chance for a fair trial, but if you wish, we can take you down here and now.
The middle one, he snarls and says you have the choice to run away.
We're trying to protect people, innocent people that you've hurt. So unfortunately, we don't have that option. It also seems like you're a little sick. We could also help you with that.
They all kind of like glare at you. Yeah.
Will you take our help, or are we gonna finish this here?
Long enough time where they're not gonna say anything else until their turn.
Who looks like they're close to dying?
Abby.
Okay, none of the Tabaxis.
One of them is bloodied. Yeah. The one that didn't just attack the black one.
So I'm gonna attack the snow leopard looking one again. I'm guessing 12 does not hit.
Nope.
Try and hit with my second crossbow. That is a nat 1. 2
points of piercing damage as this thing ricochets off of the corner of something and hits you in the foot.
Alright.
Until you remove this bolt from your foot, everything is considered difficult terrain.
I want to equip my shield. Now my AC is 15.
Arrow's turn.
I'm going to use a demonic charge, and I'm going to recall my sword, and I'm going to try to hit the Bengal tiger looking one with it as it comes back to me. I'm using the charge to make the sword into a katana. I don't want to use the charge to pick off the table.
Yeah, so roll on the table.
Weapon flies directly to hand. 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
17 damage. And also, I'm going to use my other Whales from the Grave to do 2d6 psychic damage to the black one. 7 damage to the black one. Oh yeah, and as I'm slashing up that middle guy with my sword as it's coming back to me, I'm gonna like say like, I don't want to kill you, man.
Shizeno.
I'm gonna look at them to say, you can kill us now, or you can try to. You probably won't, but you could. This fight isn't in a bubble. Even if you kill us, you're still gonna be tracked down and hunted by the Bloodhunter Brotherhood. There's nowhere that's going to be safe. You're going to end up dead regardless. If you don't come with us now, if you come with us now, there's at least a chance of you surviving. And if you don't, you are dead. And I want to try to intimidate them.
Okay.
I get advantage on it because I'm within 10 feet of an ally. Yuroga 20.
Yeah, so they do seem intimidated by this, but the black one, he says, we know that they'll never stop hunting us down. They have us backed into a corner, but they can keep sending as many as they want after us, but we're just gonna keep fighting.
Can I say to him, you don't look so good, man. We might be able to help you.
He doesn't respond.
Well, I'm trying to talk him down. I told him to start to attack him. I'm going to use my Ancestor Victory on Abby. What is the ones? You get 1 temporary hit point, and as long as you have that hit point, you have +4 to any of your damage spells.
Back up to double digits, baby.
Yay!
As long as that spell only attacks one target. I forgot that part.
Is it
+4 to hit damage?
1d4 to the damage.
the Snow Leopard one's turn? She's gonna shoot at you, Wyatt. That is a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
You're gonna take 7 points of piercing damage. Just say, it looks like you're having a little trouble there with your foot. It seems like you're a real tough guy, huh?
And, you win some, you lose some.
Then it's the Bengal's turn. He's also going to attack you. So he goes to lunge at you with his short sword, but misses. And that's the last one. Accidentally hits the Bengal one for 7 points. So then it is Abby's turn.
I guess I'll just go for the black one because it's one that had originally attacked me. It's going to need to make a wisdom saving throw.
That is a fail.
I'm going to cast Mind Spike at a 3rd level. So it's going to take 4d8 psychic damage. 18 psychic damage.
Yeah, so they're like on like one knee, like holding their head. You're trying to hurt our minds like Podmas did Din's turn. So as she says that name, Podmas, you see Din hold up his paw to his head, and it looks like he's in pain. I remember now. I remember Podmas. If you're working for him, then you deserve this. And he goes to stab him with his rapier. He stabs into his neck, and then he falls over. Wyatt's turn.
All right. I'd probably ask everyone in the room, who is Podmas?
Yeah.
Din says he's their leader. He corrupted their minds, made them blood hunters, made me a blood hunter.
Against your will?
Sort of.
All right. So one of them's dead, and we have 2 more.
Oh, they're on the ground, but yeah.
I'll make one more plea. Y'all sure you want to die here?
The Snow Leopard one snarls, and she says, "You'll pay for that."
All right.
At
I don't
Din.
think we're gonna pay for that.
I don't think we're gonna pay for it either. All right. I gave you the choice. Why? So I'm going to use my bonus action first, and I'm going to put down my shield, and then I'm going to attack as my regular action, all right? 11 doesn't hit. That's a natural 1 again.
We'll say you go to trip on the arrow that's in your foot, so you're prone now.
Great, perfect. I love that for me.
Arrow.
I'm going to activate branding smite this time. Well, first I'm gonna ask him, Bangle Tiger looking one. I'm gonna say, "Are you evil?"
He's just gonna glare at you.
I'm gonna say, "Tell me you're not evil, and I won't kill you, man."
I'm evil. Stares you down.
I'm gonna go up to him and attack him. 120,
Yeah, 22 hits.
26 damage. Wait, +5.
How do you want to kill it?
I'm just gonna behead him. Hey, I warned him.
You told him like, tell me you're not evil, and I won't kill you. And as he's saying like, I'm evil, just this glowing slash. It is Shizeno's turn.
Alright, so there's only one left standing then?
Yeah.
And the 2 that are down, do we know that they're dead?
Man, I took his head off.
So that one's pretty obviously dead, but we're not sure about the first one. You guys, a medicine check, and I just see if the middle one, or like the first one that went down is dead or just unconscious or what.
Yeah.
It's a nat 20.
Yeah, they look like they're dead.
Shit.
The amount of blood that's like leaking out of them, you can tell.
Is the last one look bloodied at all?
No.
Or they're just fine? Alright, fine. I'll swing at it. 7.
Doesn't hit.
I'll take my extra attack. It's a 15.
Just barely miss. Scrapes slightly across the armor.
I guess I'll have Kadama go and poke at him. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Alright,
And that's
I'm
one
gonna roll my
piercing.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 1 piercing.
Okay.
Did he die?
I think I got him.
She says, enough fooling around, and she puts her crossbow away, takes out both her short swords. What's the AC of Kadama?
12.
That hits.
Let's see how much health it does. It does half of my max. Yeah. So it has 26 hit points.
So he's going to take 13 points of piercing damage.
It's bloodied. Exactly bloodied.
He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
And I assume that's not a spell of any type, it's just regular poison. That's a 3.
Make me another one.
Another con save, 5.
He's going to take 24 poison damage.
Okay. Well, he's down. So yeah, no, I guess I'll do death saves.
Abby's turn.
I'll do a second level mind spike on a leopard. Needs to make a wisdom save.
16.
That passes, so it's going to take half. That's 23 halved to 11.
She looks bloodied. Din is going to... I'm going to use this Spare the Living
Spare the living.
on
Sounds spooky.
the one that is beheaded. And you see this sort of like dark, kind of misty energy coming off of the beheaded Tabaxi and going into Din's palms. And then looks like his eye color stops being pale. His what he calls pimples go away, and a little bit of his hair returns to the places where he's lost it. Use his extra attack. Okay, and then I'm gonna do it again to the other one. And the same thing happens, and he recovers more. Wyatt's turn.
Hey, Din, what are you doing?
This is making sure they're dead.
Didn't we say we should probably stay away from blood magic?
But we gotta make sure that
Seems to be helping.
they can't do anything else. He says, why don't you stop telling me what to do?
Alright, I'm just looking out for you.
When he says, why don't you stop telling me what to do, he's kind of like baring his teeth, and you see his teeth have grown a little bit.
I'm gonna say, alright, just try and stay calm. We're almost out of this mess. Is there still one Tabaxi?
She says, well, that doesn't look good.
Why doesn't it look good?
We'll see.
Here, I'll tell you what. I'll give you one more chance to save yourself. If you can help us with Din's condition, I won't kill you here.
Oh, if you kill me here, you'll have no chance against his condition.
How do you figure that?
You attack me, you're dead. You don't attack me, you're dead.
I want more information from this lady, but so I don't want to kill her. Because I feel like Din probably isn't going to give us this information. So I'm gonna try and grapple her. And I have rope, so I guess if I have her grappled, then maybe someone can tie her up or something and we can interrogate her. Oh, well, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna try and grapple her. So we're gonna do a strength contest. 19?
Tie. Well, yeah, so you see Wyatt try to like grab her, and then she gets free. So it's Arrow's turn.
No, I'm just gonna swing. Actually, I'm just gonna swing at her. 21 to hit.
That hits.
17 damage plus 5.
How do you want to kill?
I will stab her through the heart, like samurai style. And when I pull the sword out, I'll like wipe the blood off on my sleeve.
As you stab her, she whispers in your ear. She says, "You're too late." She falls to the ground, slumped over. Din walks over to her body, does the Spare the Living, and he looks like he's returned to his normal self, except for his large teeth and his now glowing green eyes. And you see him like start to like hunch over a little bit. He's like, "Oh, my back." You start to hear some bones crunching, and his arms start to elongate, and then he's on all fours, and then his tail starts to elongate, and pustules start forming all over his tail and all over his rib cage as he rips through his armor and his clothing, and his bones start to shape and grow, and his fur starts to fall away in patches. He grows 3 to 4 times the size that he normally was. His back is now touching the ceiling, and at the tip of his tail grows a spike, and along his spine he grows some spikes. And you see his mouth kind of elongate. Then his face, the elongated mouth, splits open, and there are like 4 parts to his mouth.
Like a Demogorgon?
Kind of, but it's still like this like cat with like elongated cat nose. The pustules pop open on his sides, and there are more green eyes along his sides. Arrow, make me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna say, what the fuck, 18?
You go to dodge out of the way. His tail swings towards you, and then as it looks like you're out of the way, it splits in two, wraps around you. He throws you with his tail into the bathroom, and you land in and break. It looks like there was like some chamber pots in here, and he says,
"Who's gonna shit on their hands now?"